Hello YouTube. Hello Nerdfighters. Do you like the internet? Do you like being able to watch what you want without anyone else picking and choosing what may or may not be inappropriate for you to see or without any sort of censorship? Do you think that the government and big corporations should be allowed to control how new technology is used, especially if it's not so perfect, not so great purposes? Do you have a problem with multi-billion-dollar media companies attacking ordinary private citizens who really have no chance of defending themselves? Well, so does the Electronic Frontier Foundation, and that's why I'm doing a Project for Awesome video for them. Some of the things which they are watching slash fighting for slash issues that they are working on are the issues of free speech and keeping free speech anonymous on the internet. The EFF is also working on two other issues which kind of go hand in hand and are fairly big issues on the internet. One being innovation and how to keep things changing and evolving and bringing us new technologies and new ideas and new ways to share the information and things that we like. And the inverse of that, and almost another thing, is the intellectual property idea, which keeping intellectual property, giving people proper credit for things that they create or invent or ideas that they have, while also making them available to everyone, and as opposed to having, someone fully owning the idea and not willing to share it without you paying. They want to be able to give people credit while still sharing the idea. The EFF also works internationally with other organizations as well as their own European branch on keeping the idea and exchanges of information free across the world. Another big issue with the internet is privacy. Not everyone wants to have all their personal stuff out everywhere, which is fair enough. So other things that they look into are NSA wiretapping, illegal government surveillance, how different companies, specifically internet ISPs, are being forced to or are, allowing themselves or even just giving up for free your personal information and how that affects your rights and whether you have any rights in that area. Other issues they look at are things like search engines saving your search preferences and who has access to those search preferences after the fact, i.e. can Google save your information that you search about and then give it to the government when they ask for it? Another issue they focus on is transparency. In other words, in addition to all the things we've already mentioned, is companies and the government telling you about them and whether or not it's okay to do those things and that sort of thing. Also e-voting and keeping those things transparent. In other words, if the government and or corporations are working together or individually to illegally or quasi-legally surveil you, how much access do you have to that information? Especially important to a lot of YouTubers will be the EFF's fights to protect your right to remix other people's intellectual property as long as you give them due credit. They're also working on court cases currently to fight people who are trying to take out bogus patents, i.e. this process, design, idea, program has already been in development for a long time and in common usage, and yet some corporation wants to patent it so that they can get paid for any time someone else uses it. The biggest reason I chose the EFF, though, is because they are active. They are actively out there fighting for our rights, whether we ask them to or not. I think it's only fair to help support them. This is not a lobbying agency trying to get political favor for a corporation or an industry. So what can you do? Well, of course, there is money. Money does, unfortunately, make the world go round, so you can give them money. There'll be a link in the sidebar over here where you can go look at their YouTube channel as well as their website. Donations are always welcome. Not everyone has a lot of money to give. If you're broke like me, there's other things you can do to help out. You can go to the AFF website, which will be linked over there yet again, and you can look at other things you can do, including writing letters to representatives on issues that matter to us internet users. You can also donate time by being a volunteer at local functions in your area. There's lots of options. You can do simple things like linking off of your website to theirs and also to various other projects they have going on. Thank you to everyone who also makes a Project for Awesome video. Thanks for watching my Project for Awesome video. Of course, thanks to Hank and John Green, the Vlog brothers, for putting this together for the second year in a row. The rest of this video will be one continuous thumbnail of the Project for Awesome logo. This is in order to get YouTube to actually put up the right thumbnails so all the thumbnails match, so when you see YouTube taken over by Project for Awesome thumbnails, you'll wonder what the heck, what's going on? People watch the videos because they're curious. Basically, the way they've changed the algorithm, the only way to do it is to make the rest of my video equal to the length of my real video, a continuous thumbnail, so it guarantees to grab one of those. So while you watch that, I believe you are going to listen to the vocal stylings of Mr. Wolfgang Parker, a local Columbus band. I will link in the sidebar over there. Don't forget to be awesome. See you later.
Everybody stop to sing. Whoa, la la la. Now you're singing with a swing. Swing. swing, 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 swing. Everybody start to swing. Whoa, la la la. Now you're swinging while you sing. When your music goes around, everybody goes to town. But here's something you should know. Whoa, baby, oh, oh. Sing, 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 sing. Everybody start to sing. Whoa, la la la. Now you're singing while you swing.
With their noses in the air, top hats and narrow collars, white spats and lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits, putting on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes or cutaway coat, perfect fits, putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, you're trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper. Come, let's mix with Rockefellers, walking with sticks or umbrellas in their midst, putting on the Ritz.